Long ago, in the fertile lands near the river Zambezi, there was a village called Mapanda, surrounded by thick baobab trees and golden grasslands. The people were strong, proud, and guided by the old ways. A young hunter named Kwame returned to the village after 3 years of trading salt in the east. By his side was his radiant wife, Amara, whose voice could soothe even the fiercest drumbeats. The couple were welcomed with songs, drumming, and ululations. For Kwame was the only son of Mziobesai, the village's oldest and most respected elder. But the village had changed. Kwame's mother had passed on during his journey, and in her place now stood a new woman, Mama Zara, his father's second wife. She was from the distant northern hills, tall and graceful, with skin smooth like the trunk of a freshly peeled yam, and eyes that sparkled with mystery. "Ah, my son," Mama Zara cooed as she embraced her forehead. "You are both my children now. My heart is full." Her love was overwhelming. She prepared Amara's bath each morning, brought her rare herbs to ease her pregnancy, and even wove a baby blanket with sacred northern patterns. Kwame, too, was given blessings, meals rich with meats, and charms to strengthen his spirit. The villagers murmured with admiration. "She is a true mother," they said. But the old women, the keepers of hidden truths, watched her with clouded eyes. "Too much sugar in the mouth brings ants to the tongue," they whispered. Months passed. Amara, once full of laughter and dance, grew thin. Her eyes dulled, her steps slowed. The baby inside her stirred less and less, and she woke in the night with pain that crawled through her bones like scorpions. Kwame began coughing. It was small at first, a scratch in his throat, but soon his strength left him too. Mama Zara never left their side. She brought them steaming bowls of millet, sweetened porridge laced with crushed herbs, and strange teas from the north. "Eat, my darlings," she would say. "Your health will return." Each bite brought warmth, but also dizziness. And still, the villagers said, "She is so devoted. She is more loving than a mother could be." One evening, Amara dreamt. In her vision, she stood at the banks of a dark river, an ancient woman with skin like cracked earth and eyes of storm water rose from the river. "You are not dying by the will of your gods," the spirit said. "The hand that feeds you also feeds your grave." Amara woke in a sweat, her heart pounding. She refused Mama Zara's food the next day. "I am fasting for the child," she lied. The day passed. Her headaches lifted. Her womb stirred. She felt the baby kick again. Kwame was harder to convince. But when Amara told him of the dream, he too began to decline the food. Instead, they quietly asked the old women for healing roots from the deep forest. A week passed. They began to regain their strength. And Mama Zara noticed. Her smiles became forced. Her gifts stopped. One evening, she stood by the fire and said, "It is strange how quickly the sick recover when they turn from the one who loves them most." One moonless night, Amara pretended to sleep. When she heard Zara's door creak open, she followed. Through the trees, silent as the wind, Amara saw her stepmother walk deep into the forest toward the great baobab, the sacred tree of the ancestors. There, Zara knelt and whispered strange words into the roots. A shadow rose. It was not fully man nor beast. Its eyes glowed red, and its breath froze the grass. "I gave them your herbs," Zara said. "Why do they still live?" "You feed them love, but their hearts are stubborn," the shadow hissed. "Their blood resists me." "Then I must do it myself," she whispered. "The child in her belly is my key to all that Obesai owns. If they die before the naming ceremony, I inherit it all." The shadow melted back into the tree. Amara's scream caught in her throat. She ran back to the village, and at dawn, she told everything to Mambo Jalea, the eldest seer. The village gathered. Mambo Jalea spread sacred dust in a circle and placed a pot of truth in the center. "Let the ancestors reveal," she said. Zara was called to sit inside the circle. One by one, items were placed before her: Amara's food bowl, Kwame's water gourd, Zara's herb pouch. Mambo Jalea sang, and the pot began to bubble. Smoke rose and formed images in the air, Zara grinding roots, mixing powders, whispering to the spirit. Gasps rose from the villagers. You came to us with a smile, Julia said. But your heart came with death. Zara's face twisted. Her eyes went black. The spirit of the baobab tried to speak through her. But Julia struck the ground with her staff, and the shadow fled. Zara was banished to the forest's edge, where no fire could be lit, and no soul could speak her name. Kwame and Amara named their son Chikondi, meaning born of love, but saved by truth. The people sang of him for generations. And so, to this day, in Mapanda and beyond, elders warn. Even the softest hand can carry poison. Beware the sweetness that tastes too perfect.